Hey guys, so this is video two, and this is on functionality for the website. So both I'm gonna be covering on this one just stuff I've gone through on the back office, like quick changes that can be done, whether it's names or cosmetics features, and also kind of more conceptual changes. So going through each one of these features in detail and just using and navigating the site, I've come up with a number of things that I think we can fix very quickly, and some other stuff I think we might have to look into a little bit. Um, for starters, this one, so, obviously we want to get people to come to the site and spend more time here, whether it's looking at articles, we have ebooks, we have all of these tools that we're putting together, people's portfolios. Once you're logged in, and I've been surfing, this girl starts driving me nuts after a while. Sarah's great for it's a great feature to have on here, and it's great for new people that come to the site. But even to have this is fine. I'm thinking when people log in and create user accounts, is there a way that we can stop the pop-ups? And I don't know if it customizes like that, so I don't know if it's got a pop-up for everybody or not. But I can tell you, it's a constant annoyance, and especially with us trying to drive traffic. Like, I think as we try to get people to spend more time on the site, anything like that can kind of deter. So I don't know if we can control that or not. But if you can control it to where once you're a user in here that this doesn't pop up, that'd be awesome. I don't know how granular that the options are for that. A couple quick changes. So that's one. A couple quick changes I think we should do here. So going through each of these, we have my portfolio, and I'm not sure where the name is because I know I put in a username. It just has comma s. I don't know if that's been like that for everyone I've created. So I think the names aren't populating in here, possibly because it would probably, I'm guessing this is anyone's name and you put an apostrophe s for ownership in their portfolio. But yeah, so that's blank, and it's been blank for other users I've created. Um, Here, as we go down, there's overall market, which is cool. I think this all looks good. Different markets. The charts look great. We got the GSI in the background. Here, I think because this is not when you say more data, this looks like it's strictly historical data. So I would say change the more data to historical data for the name for starters. But going through this too, this part looks okay, but when you start looking at some of this data, all metals, like it's very hard. Like I sat here forever trying to understand it, and I exported this, and it makes even less sense when you actually export the file. Yeah, here's the export. If you pull this out, like it's just there's no columns, there's no name. So like having the export, and I think this whole thing should be redone to some level because who knows what we're even looking at here, and this is what it opens to on the site, right? So somebody comes right here and it has a year, it has dollars, and then it had okay, so you can do that, but ounces, but then it's all metals. So I guess it's saying all of these metals, but you can't scroll, or you can scroll over it. Like the whole thing's kind of cumbersome to say the least. I still don't know what I'm looking at here, so there's no identifier on this chart up here. So what are we looking at as far as there? So I don't know where we got this from. Oh, okay. So look at that. You can kind of see it when I highlight it. Um, but that's a stretch. Thinking anyone else would find that, and it's still not really telling me much, is it? It's still blank lines up here. Um, I can guess and say this looks like obviously silver. This could, yeah. So anyways, if we want someone to actually use this chart, because I know that there's other sites that have simpler versions that are done well, and people will use this if it's on there because it's a these are great historical charts. They're always fun to look back on and look at specific dates. They can be used as a sales tool. It has real time updates, which is cool. Like this little part of it's okay, but I think we should look into wherever we got this from and either like if we're building it ourselves put more time into it or find another resource because I would say to even take it down until then it doesn't help us. um, so moving on, my orders makes sense. Like I guess So there's my portfolio, and then there's my orders. I don't know what the difference is there. I guess maybe one's more recent. So let's see. Moving on to alerts. I started filling this out and I put in my social media account, and I'm not sure like what the goal is for this or what we're trying to get. So I put in my phone number, I put in an email, and I put in Facebook sign-ins, and I don't know if we get to capture that data or if what exactly happens. I know that when I put in price alerts, so I put these in, I get emails from GSI when these events actually occur. So I mean, we're not really pushing for traders, and I think there's other ways that we could sort of you know work this into being beneficial for us if we can get the data from it. Maybe we could do like if we have an alert system like this, um, maybe we can use it for something else other than price movement, or maybe we can, I guess it's what I'm saying is, I authenticate social media, and then there's just it's sort of like it's doing separate things that don't really seem correlated with one another, and I don't know if we capitalize on it, but yeah, it's kind of it just seems very random, and I'm not sure what the goal was on that. So moving on, we have the infographics and books. First off, the this is off, but I would have a question. And Anthony, we talked about this, or you mentioned this the other day about just giving away these downloads. And that why would we do it? Because we're giving away a lot here as far as information. I know it's good to have all of these, like the bank expose. Let's see. Well, one thing, it redirects completely off, which it probably shouldn't do. But two, like I guess how you click to download, it redirects to a page. I don't know if we're getting the information when people click out of this back office, but if we're just giving, let's see, back to what I was saying. So if we're just giving away all of this information and not like knowing when someone clicks on it or when they download it individually, I don't know how the analytics and everything are coming through. So I guess I need to know a little more about this, but it seems like we could, build this out a little bit more and understand it a little better too. Going back, one quick one. Latest article, add an S to that, so it's latest articles. And let's see, the one of the big ones is, so when I'm coming down to like news articles, and one of the things we were talking about doing was adding comments and kind of building out, the review section and a few other things. There's no place to comment on any of the news articles. I don't know if that was something we were going to build out on future ones, or how we wanted to set that up. But I think the concept of what we're trying to build in this back office is a couple things, right? It's having the client be able to come in here, get all their sources, and then also to create like a dialogue. So like in the next video, I'll go over some of the things that I was thinking would fit with this. And one of them is, having a forum and having, a way that they can converse with like-minded people. And, these articles, I think, they get talk on social media, but did we want to create something where we could comment on the website and build that out, or was that something that we weren't going to do? So that was one of my main ones. So when we jump over, that was the registration process. So yeah, basically on this site, it was, the single task fixes. These are pretty quick, just to summarize everything. The more data, change the historical data and change article to articles. Add a comment section in the news article, maybe. Change my account. Oh, yeah, to dashboard. I think I mentioned that in the previous video, but just in case I didn't, anywhere I go on the website, if I'm going to like buy gold or buy silver, it pops up my account. I think it should say my dashboard, because like I said, this in the last video, we should have like buttons or here, something to kind of emphasize this. But without that, you'll not really know where to look back, right? So if it says like kind of, back office or dashboard, like my dashboard, and we have something there that kind of makes it, pop out, that would be, I think, better when somebody's navigating elsewhere on the site and wants to go back. Um, Speaking of going back, as I do, the other thing too is I think you'd, no, that's fine. Back to where I was. So yeah, my account to my dashboard, and then stop Sarah from popping up when people are logged in. Um, and then yeah, kind of the conceptual fixes: the optimize my alert or redesignate it for something else. I put news articles, but I mean, I think that this is a good concept. But who I just think we should go over what data. I think I need. It would helpful if I knew what data to you guys are receiving when they click on that, and what's really going on there, because just shooting out price alerts to people via email, and I mean, are we getting their phone number that was typed in there? Are we getting their Facebook account? And I don't know, we'd have to look into the analytics there, and exactly, regardless, I think it would have to be repackaged in some way. The historical data, I think, should be taken down the way it is. It looks awful. The concept's great. I think that's awesome to have on a website. I mean, I go to sites for that stuff all the time. So if we can find something right and build it out, or build it out correctly, I think that could be a great tool. But in the meantime, I think it's just going to confuse people if they try to use it. And, same with the infographics and the ebooks. It's giving away a lot of information without getting a lot back. That's just one man's suggestion. But these are the ones, I think, just on functionality that we should take a look at. And that's it. So I'm going to do one more of these videos, just to kind of go over, I think potential build outs once we get these fixed. So, I mean, I'm thinking these right here, that's probably going to take you guys like an hour, right? Not even, I mean, a lot of it, maybe that can be done, or maybe it can real quick, but these are all just changing names and stuff around. If we add the comment section, I'm sure that's easy to do. These are probably some that needs to have a further conversation, but yeah, other than that, I think the site looks good. I think there's things we can add on to improve upon it, but definitely I could tell you guys put a lot of work in it, and it definitely, the base is great. So yeah, I'll do one more video and we could talk about that. And I just wanted to get this out with some of the bugs and the fixes.